the planet of Solarin. Solarin was a dying world, once a place of crystalline cities, lush silver forests, and skies painted with endless auroras. It now stood ravaged by war. The Chirex, a vicious alien species resembling biomechanical locusts, had devoured its lands and reduced its people, the Solari, to scattered survivors. For Sergeant Lucas Briggs, a battle-hardened human soldier from Earth, Solarin was just another name on a long list of war-torn planets. The Terran Union had come to push back the Chirex, but they were too late to save much of the Solari civilization. Amid the ruins of an abandoned Solari city, Lucas stumbled upon a solitary figure kneeling in the rubble, a woman unlike anyone he'd ever seen. The alien widow. She rose as Lucas approached, her form lit by the dim glow of the shattered city around them. She was tall and ethereal, with smooth azure skin that shimmered faintly under the alien moons. Her silver hair flowed like liquid metal, and her golden eyes glowed softly with grief and resolve. Wrapped in tattered ceremonial robes, she looked like a queen reduced to ruin. "Human," she said softly, her voice resonating like a song carried on the wind. "Have you come to bury what remains of my people?" Lucas lowered his rifle. "No, I came to see if anyone was left." She studied him, those golden eyes filled with sorrow and a flicker of hope. "I am Alarys of the Solari. My husband and children fell to the Chirex. I am all that remains of my house." Lucas tightened his jaw. He'd seen enough loss in this war to recognize the haunted look in her eyes. "I'm sorry." Alarys stepped forward, the faint hum of her presence making the air vibrate. "You are human, a species that does not abandon its own." Her gaze searched his face. "Take me with you, soldier. Take me to your world." Lucas blinked in surprise. "You want me to take you to Earth?" Alarys nodded, her voice trembling. "I have nothing here but memories of ash. Your people fight for life where others surrender to death. Take me as your wife." She hesitated on the last word, as if uncertain of its meaning. "It is your custom, is it not, to claim and protect?" Lucas stared at her, stunned. "You want me to marry you?" "It is the only way I may leave Solarin," she replied, her voice resolute. "And I will not survive here alone." A reluctant agreement. Lucas wasn't a man who made promises lightly. The idea of bringing an alien widow home as his wife was absurd, but the thought of leaving her behind, alone in the ruins of her world, was worse. "All right," Lucas finally said. "I'll take you to Earth, but not as my wife, as someone under my protection." A soft smile curved Alarys' lips. "Call it what you will, human, but you and I are bound now. Earth's welcome." When Lucas returned to Earth with Alarys, the Terran Union was skeptical. The war had made humans distrustful of aliens, and many viewed her as an outsider. Yet wherever she went, Alarys inspired awe. Her presence seemed to calm those around her, her beauty otherworldly, her words soft but wise. The media whispered that Lucas had returned with an alien queen. Lucas took her to his small, quiet homestead on a green, rolling farm far from the city. He expected her to struggle in this new world, but Alarys adapted quickly. She worked the land, learned human customs, and grew fond of Lucas's quiet, steady nature. "You are not what I expected, Lucas Briggs," she told him one evening as they sat beneath the stars. "Your kind is so fierce, and yet you treat this world with such care." Lucas smirked, leaning back on his chair. "Humans fight because we've got something worth protecting." Alarys looked at him, her golden eyes soft. "You protect me now." Lucas's chest tightened at her words. He'd brought her here out of duty, but somewhere along the way, she'd become more than a responsibility. The threat returns. Months later, the Chirex found Earth. A single scout ship landed near Lucas's farm, drawn by the faint Solari energy Alarys carried. The Chirex warrior, a towering insectoid beast of claws and steel, emerged with a hiss, its many eyes locking onto Alarys. "You are a remnant," it snarled. "You will die as the rest did." Lucas stepped between them, shotgun in hand. "Over my dead body." Alarys touched his shoulder, stepping forward. Her voice rose, clear and commanding. "I am Alarys Kyralin of Solarin, widow of House Kyries, last of the Solari. You will not take this world." The Chirex hesitated, its claws twitching. "You are alone." Alarys smiled faintly. "No, I have him." Lucas fired the first shot. The Chirex lunged, but Lucas and Alarys fought side by side. She summoned a pulse of Solari energy, her body glowing with ethereal light as Lucas fired round after round. Together, they destroyed the scout, its body collapsing in a heap of shattered armor. When it was done, Alarys turned to Lucas, her hands trembling. "They will come again. I have put you in danger." Lucas placed a hand on her shoulder. "We'll fight them. Together." Alarys looked at him for a long moment before whispering, "I will stay by your side, Lucas Briggs, until the stars fade." The bond forged in war. Word of the Chirex spread across Earth, and Alarys became a symbol of strength, a reminder that humanity did not stand alone. Lucas and Alarys trained soldiers, preparing Earth for the fight to come. Their bond, forged in war and tempered by trust, became something more. Lucas no longer thought of her as a burden, and Alarys no longer saw herself as a lost widow. "You once begged me to take you home as my wife," Lucas teased her one evening, his voice soft. Alarys smiled, her golden eyes meeting his. "And now?" Lucas took her hand, rough and calloused but steady. "Now I'm asking you the same." Epilogue. The Chirex would return, but Earth was ready. Lucas Briggs and Alarys Kyralin stood at the front lines. Human and Solari, soldier and widow, husband and wife. Together, they became a legend that spread across the stars. The warrior who fought for love, and the alien widow who begged to become his wife but chose to stay as his equal.